Hey, what's good, family? In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I use the orb strategy to make money. Real quick before we get into it, this isn't going to be exactly like all the other orb strategy videos on the internet. This is going to be specifically how I do it. This is going to be what works for me. I tend to be a little bit more patient. I like to look for trades that I can ride a little bit longer. So if that sounds more like you, hey, keep watching. Also, be sure to smash the like button. Value's on the way. We are in the TradingView platform and we are going to take a look at what is known as the orb strategy. So real quick, before we kind of get into my version, I want to tell you a little bit about the regular orb strategy. So typically, regular orb strategy, here, let me actually clear this out. This isn't relevant for this. But regular orb strategy, what you're going to do is you're going to take the first candle of market open, which is this candle right here. You're going to wait like the first 15-30 minutes and you're going to draw support and resistance there. So for the sake of this video, I'll draw it in a different color. So the orb levels, the standard ones right there, that's going to be the resistance. And you can either draw it right here, or if you wanted to wait 30 minutes instead, you could draw it down here. So with that, if you're trying to trade orb, what you would do is after the market set its range, so say it's this first candle, like this first little range, and we close right here, you want to wait for either a complete candle close below, or you want to wait for a break and retest. So for the sake of this video, or for the sake of this example, I personally like first 30 minutes. So looking at the break and retest, if we were going to do it, this would still be the candle, and coming back down to it, we are drawing it from these two candles right here, make a 30-minute candle. This is the 30-minute candle right here. And then after we have our support and resistance, which is going to be the red lines here, we're going to come down to a lower time frame, whether it be the 5 or the 1 minute, usually preferably the 5. And you're going to look for candle closure below, which happened right here on this candle right here. This candle closed. I personally like to see a complete candle, which happened on this candle right here. But yeah, this candle closed below that level. And also with the break of that level, you want to see increased volume. And if you see that volume increasing, you kind of know, hey, it's good to go. You can kind of ride that. So kind of looking at it, if we were to take the trade, say we entered like right here on this candle close. So we entered right here. We take our entry here. We probably set our stop loss maybe a little bit above the previous candle right there, and then just ride till it loses momentum. So today, had you got in trading this orb strategy using the 30-minute orb strategy, more than likely you would have got in on this move right here, entering at about 637.11, and it looks like we got our first blue candle around this 635 area. So probably would have gotten out about right here, allowing you to take about $1.50 worth of a ride down. This video is brought to you by Moomoo. At the time of this recording, Moomoo is offering an 8.1% APY on all uninvested cash and up to 60 free stocks when you sign up and make a deposit. And if for some reason you're not familiar with Moomoo, Moomoo is a worldwide brokerage, and it more than likely has something for you, whether you are beginner or more seasoned investor. Let me show you just how easy it can be to run company analysis in Moomoo. Let's say I was thinking about buying Apple stock. I would click on Apple or search Apple up. I can click on company, and just like that, I already have the financials right here. I can swipe down, see all this other data. If I want to take a look and see who are the shareholders, I can click on shareholders. I can also look at kind of their dividend payouts. I can see that the dividend yield has come down over time, but I can see that the dividend payout has increased over time. There's a lot more analysis and numbers to look at as well, but this is just scratching the surface. So that's going to be the open range breakout strategy. And once again, to just reiterate this, the elements to this trade, first off, if you click on indicators, you want to have your volume on so that you can check that there is an increase in volume. Notice kind of here the volume was lower, and then once we kind of broke this level, once we broke this support, there was an elevation in volume. We came right here, broke, got increased volume, and we pushed down. The next element outside of this volume element, you're going to want to know how to just draw support and resistance. So once again, pre-market, the first candle was this one right here. This was the market open candle. You want to make sure you wait for the first candle to close. If you're doing the 15-minute open range breakout, then instead of this line being down here, it actually would have been right here. And actually, had you got in today with the orb strategy, so it was down here today, and looking at where it was, entry likely would have been somewhere in this range. So the 15 today actually would have gotten you more money. But once again, you're looking for an increase in volume. We did see our first increase from this depressed volume right here on this candle. We did see that increased volume right down here on this candle on the 15. So the finish of the first 15 minutes was about right here. So yeah, this was the first 15-minute candle close. If you're waiting for the first 30 minutes, you wait until all these candles are closed, and then you kind of draw your line. So that is the opening range breakout. And when it comes to looking at the opening range, if this is your opening range and your stock is moving in between here, once again, what we're looking for is a breakout. So say we get a candle close up here. This is going to be a breakout. A break and retest, that's a good sign, but we want to see volume. So if we get a breakout to the upside, we want to trade to the upside. If we break it and get a break to the downside, we can potentially look for a break and retest, or maybe just a break, and we'll trade it to the downside. Or sometimes it's just going to bounce around in between this. So when we are trading this, once again, breaks, if we get a break to the upside, look to trade to the upside. Break to the downside, look to trade to the downside. And if this is support and this is resistance, these are kind of potential areas that can bounce around. The money is really going to be when you actually get a break. And once again, when you get a break, be sure to look at the volume, because if the volume is decreasing with the breakout, there's a good chance it's coming back the other way. So that's going to be the orb strategy in a nutshell. Now, real quick, let me show you kind of how I do it. All right, so here we are looking at my orb strategy. All right, so we're on the 5-minute chart, but I drew this on the 4-hour chart, and this is I drew this pre-market. So this 4-hour candle that drops down, I would say it's not relevant. Maybe it's more relevant on the 1 hour. I don't know. But kind of how I do is I take everything from the morning. I'll draw support. I'll draw resistance. Everything that's kind of there leading up to market open. And that's where I'll draw my support and resistance. So support was down here at 637.55. Resistance was up here at 638.88. And me, what I do whenever I'm trading this is I'll personally look for a complete 15-minute candle close below this and look to see that it has strength. And that's where I'll take my trade. So right here we got the candle close right here. So I probably would have looked to take my entry right here, and I probably would have rode down to here, because we did kind of get a wick kind of move right here, but then we kind of reverse. So I kind of just ride the momentum till it slows. And what I've noticed using the 4-hour for the orb strategy is it still kind of makes the same moves, but it's usually going to be a little bit slower. You can be a little bit more relaxed. You don't need to be right there, and you don't necessarily have to worry about sometimes all the quickness that you do whenever trading it on the lower time frames, because sometimes you will make a quick move down here and it'll be at 634, and legit within the next like 20 seconds it could be up at 636, and you didn't have the time to get out of your trade. So that is why I personally prefer this, just because it moves a little bit slower. It allows a little bit larger room for error. If you found this video to be helpful or learn anything, be sure to smash the like button. If for some reason you're new here and haven't already, be sure to subscribe. And last but certainly not least, thank you so much for watching. Matthew Manuel signing off, and I want to change your life.